The meditation I teach is called Samatha Meditation, which means calm meditation. The whole purpose of meditation is to develop concentration and mindfulness, not to see things in heaven or hell or develop psychic powers, Although you can develop psychic powers, but what we want to develop is insight into the nature of our mind or nature into what we are. So this meditation uses the breath as the object of meditation, not the breathing. So you always have to remember that the object of meditation is paying attention to the breath. Okay. There are actually two parts in this meditation. The first of which is a walking meditation, and it is something which I can't demonstrate to you now, but it is something very simple. What you do is when you do the walking meditation, all you have to do is follow the mantra, which is left, right, left, right, left, right, and walk. When you say left, you put your left foot forward. And when you say right, you put your right foot forward. It's simple as that. We want to have this mantra in our mind, left, right, at that kind of pace, left, right, similar to marching or similar to walking in a normal pace. We want to walk, and then at the end, right, at the end of when you reach the end of the walking path, you want to turn back. You do not want to stop. So you go left, right, and then you turn, you still continue left, right. Now the walking path must be about 12 paces or more, because you do not want to turn too often. So in doing the walking meditation, you want to keep your mind to just the left, right, and ignore everything else. Whatever that comes into your mind, you want to let go of that. So sometimes your mind can put your walking meditation in an automatic mode. That means you say left, right, and then your mind goes away. You want to stop that from happening. When you feel that walking meditation has become a bit boring, it's going to go auto, you increase the speed. You increase the speed to a bit faster, left, right, or you slow down to left, right, and then you go back to your normal pace. So you do this walking meditation for the minimum of half an hour. You can do this walking meditation in a small room if you want, or you can do it outside. When you do it in a small room, you can do it in right angle, going and then turning right or left and then coming back again. The whole purpose of this walking meditation is to calm the mind down. It's much easier to calm your mind down with the walking meditation than in the sitting meditation. So that when you come to do your sitting meditation, you're not fighting with your mind. You're not fighting with your thoughts. You're not fighting with your emotions. You get rid all of these during your walking meditation. You can do it for half an hour or more. So you got to figure out for yourself, minimum is half an hour. Then after the walking meditation, you start your sitting meditation almost immediately because it is part of the whole process of meditation. Because when you have done your walking meditation, your mind hopefully has calmed down a fair bit or substantially. And then you want to start with your sitting meditation. So the purpose of sitting meditation is to increase your concentration and the mindfulness that you already processed, And the sitting meditation is learning how to go deeper, achieving a deeper calm, achieving a better concentration and mindfulness. In this mindfulness of the breath meditation called Samatha Meditation, which I'm teaching, we look at the breath. Right? We observe the breath. What we do is imagine that there is a starting point of the breath here, somewhere, a few centimeters in front of the nostril. Imagine the starting point, and then we breathe in, following the breath. Right? Now, there are four breaths that we use, but we're going to use only the longer breath. So I'm going to explain the length of the breath. When you breathe in and the breath reaches down to pass the navel, that is the longest breath. The longer breath is the breath that just reaches the point between the navel and the chest, right? And then the shorter breath is the one that goes to the chest, and the shortest breath is to just the base of the neck. So we're going to use the longer breath. And the longer breath, as I say, is to the midpoint between the navel and the chest. Right? So what you do is you follow the breath. You follow, imagine there's a starting point, and then as you breathe in, you follow this imaginary breath up to that point, and then follow it out again. Right? You do not have to attend to the feeling of breathing. Right? You want to follow this imaginary breath from the beginning, which is starting at base of nostril, to the end, which is the midpoint between the navel and the chest. And you also want to try to see at the end of the in-breath whether there is a pause before you start the out-breath. So at the end of the out-breath, you want to notice whether you pause before the in-breath. It doesn't matter whether you pause or not, or how long you pause. Do not consciously try to pause. Just notice it. The whole idea of observing this end point is for you to be able to follow the breath from the starting point to its end point, and from the end points to the starting point. So we're just paying attention to this breath. Okay, so we're going to try to watch this breath. Now, all of you close your eyes. Right? And then as you breathe in and you follow this breath right down to that midpoint, and then follow the breath out to the beginning. And the length of the breath or the time you take is the counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As soon as you get this pace right, you want to drop the counting. The counting is just for you to determine the length of the breath or the rate in which you breathe in and breathe out. So as you breathe in, you follow the breath in. And as you breathe out, you follow your breath out. Ignore everything else. What we usually do is we breathe in with our chest, not just the stomach. You slowly breathe in, suck in the air slowly. And then when we breathe out, we don't actually breathe out. We slowly let go of the air, just like a blown up balloon. We slowly let the air out. And then as we breathe in, we slowly inflate our lungs, if you like. But you must remember your attention is on the following the breath, not the breathing. In the beginning, you may pay attention to the breathing. But as soon as you know how to breathe, let go of your attention on to the breathing. You naturally know how to breathe. And all you have to do is have the intention to breathe in and follow the breath in. Another thing about the posture is that you want to get your posture right. Your posture is very important. And it's about 60 to 70% of your meditation. You get the posture right, you get 70 to 60% of your meditation right. And then all you have to do is follow your breath. And you have this intention to breathe in, and the breath will flow in and out. To get the posture right, what we do is lean forward, pull back, and open your shoulders. Make sure that there's a little hollow in your lower back. Lengthen your neck. Keep it straight. Imagine somebody pulling you by the hair and your neck is lengthened. Look horizontally and then tilt your head 15 degrees below this horizontal. You can tuck in your chin. You let go of your arms. You don't have to hold your arms. And then pay attention to your in and out breath. So you don't actually breathe out. You learn to let go of the air slowly. If you're not sure of the length of your breath, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In that count of 6, if you have breathed in the air to that imaginary point between the navel and the chest, then you already got it right. You can let go of the counting. And also try to watch whether you pause at the end of the breath, the in breath, at the end of the out breath. like I say, it doesn't really matter. You want to watch that point because you want to follow your in and out breath through the turning point. You want to follow your out breath to the turning point before the in breath. So this breath is called the longer of following. It's longer following because it is slightly longer than our normal breathing. So what you do is you do that for say 20 minutes minimum, every day if you can. You start with the walking meditation and then the sitting meditation. You can do it in the morning, afternoon, evening, or the night time before you go to bed. You have to see, first of all, when you have the time or what time of day is suitable for you to do this. If you don't have time, get up early in the morning to do it. Okay? Now, is there, okay, I can open your eyes now. Can everybody do it? Anybody who have a bit of difficulty or do not know how to do it? It's simple, right? Okay, you just follow the breath. Okay, minimum of the sitting meditation is 20 minutes. Walking minimum is half an hour. It takes you that length of time to calm your rough mind down. In the beginning, the walking meditation is more important than the sitting meditation. Right. So you want to learn to do the walking meditation. The walking meditation is easy. I repeat, you have to just do left, right, left, right, left, right. Turn around and then left, right. Do not stop. Continue with the left, right. You want to keep this mantra. You want to keep holding on this left, right, left, right, left, right. The mind always needs to hold on to something. If you don't give it an object of meditation, it will go on to do something else, think about something, work on something. So we give the mind the left, right to work on. Okay? So does anybody have a question? Maybe next week, when you try for a week, then you may have some question. So everybody happy with it?
It probably sounds a bit silly, but I do want to ask. Earlier, when you're teaching meditation, you said walking meditation is more important than sitting meditation, and why is that? Thank you.
Because if you are a beginner, you have to calm your mind down substantially. Because most of the time, our mind is doing something. We are thinking. If you're not thinking, you're fantasizing about the future. If you're not fantasizing about the future, we are recollecting our memories. What happened yesterday with us and somebody else, or what happened in the past. So we have all these emotions, that drives us to think, right? When you are worried about tomorrow, you have this worrying thought. Then you have guilt about what has happened. You have this guilty thoughts. When you have this desire to want something, then you have this desiring thought. And those thoughts are very powerful. Those emotions are powerful. So it's only through active walking meditation that we can calm those things down. When we are doing the walking, we let this emotion arise. Sometimes when you feel your worry, you start walking up and down. Right? So that's what we do. We exhaust these emotions during our walking meditation. So when we exhaust all these suppressed emotions, then we can go and do our sitting meditation. So we bring ourselves down from whatever state our mind is to a calm state of mind. We haven't got rid of those emotions, but we have, if you like, postpone those emotions or put our mind in a particular state of calmness with the mantra of left, right, left, right, left, right. And then we go and do our sitting. It doesn't mean that when we go to our sitting, those emotions will not arise. It will come up, but then maybe not as strong. We can let go of it and continue with our practice of observing or paying attention to the object of our meditation, which following the in breath and following the out breath. Okay? So you notice the difference, when you do your walking meditation, your sitting meditation is better. When you don't do your walking meditation, you spend your time sitting, fighting with your mind and your emotion. Okay? Any other questions?
Whenever I do the sitting meditation, my back hurts a lot. I was wondering what advice you'd give for that.
I didn't hear clearly the question. Samantha, can you repeat it slowly?
So when I'm doing the sitting meditation, like sometimes my back hurts. Is there any advice you'd give for that?
Okay. Back pain. You have to get your posture right. Right. You have to get your posture right with the back pain. The posture is like I've said, you got to lean forward, right? Pull your shoulders back and open your shoulders. Keep your neck straight, right? And then that means your spine is aligned properly, right? In the beginning, you may find it a little bit of strain because what will happen is you're trying to develop the muscle to keep your spine in the right order. So when your spine is like almost like a question mark, then if you like, the bones, are stacking on top of one another correctly, and your muscle are just holding your spine together. You're going to also extend your neck, right? And then you tuck in your chin, right? So when you get all this right, then you're holding your body correctly, right? I'm assuming you've not had a back injury before. Okay, so every time when you're doing a sitting meditation, at any time you move out of your posture, when you're slouching, you want to bring your body back into that perfect position. Okay, so you have to be aware of your body. You will automatically be aware of your body, sometimes, as soon as oh, my body, I'm slouching, then you get to the right posture. You can move as often as you want into that posture. The posture is important because once you get that posture right. 60 to 70% of your meditation is already done. Okay? Try that and see whether it releases your pain or eases your pain. Is there any part of the body in the back, is the pain at the lower back or upper part of the body?
Mainly lower. It says it is mainly lower, Tanajan, in the lower back.
Lower. Is it at the lower back or lower than the lower back or slightly above the lower back?
It's this area? Yeah, slightly above the lower back, Tanajan.
Slightly above the lower
small
back.
of the-
Higher than the lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yeah,
So you got to open your shoulders. That means you have to pull your shoulders back and open your shoulders. Try that and see. Okay. Okay. Try that, So what you should do is during your meditation, in the beginning of meditation, you want to learn to get your posture right first. Okay? Before you start the meditation, try to find a position where the pain is no longer there or the pain has reduced. And try to maintain that position. Okay?